Sixth graders, welcome back to math. We're at lesson 94 today. Make sure you have your math lessons ready for checking off. That would be 93 and 92, so I can give you your daily points on that. Make sure you see also here we have 18B pre-test, which is Wednesday, 18A final test, which is Friday. And then we'll probably do a couple more lessons after that on Monday, Tuesday, possibly 3 lessons, we'll see. And then checking those off daily in chat and just making sure we're all on board with that. But anyway, today we're talking about lesson 94. And the lesson 94 we are on page 453. And the title of it is Reducing Units Before Multiplying. All right, so reducing units before multiplying. And kind of setting the stage, I introduced this a little bit with you earlier, the term unit multipliers. And we'll go through that a little bit here in a minute. Unit multipliers and what those are. So unit means basically the labeling that you're using. So anyway, what you notice, this is what we have set up, and this is on your page there on page 453. Since lesson 69, we have practiced reducing fractions before multiplying. This is sometimes called canceling. All right, so you remember how we cross-canceled everything here, at least you've been demonstrating, and if you're still struggling with that, that is something we need to go over together. All right, now, as we move forward with it, let's kind of slide up here and take a look at some of this. All right, we may also reduce what they call units. Now the units basically means, as I said earlier, is the label you're using. All right, what they're asking you to do. If they're asking for miles, that means I need to get rid of the units label hours. And then because I'll end up with mine. And I introduced this a while back in the math lesson just because I knew this was coming and this is going to come up a lot next year. All right, so what we have here is we're going to look at example 1. It says multiply 55 miles per hour by 6 hours. All right, now what that literally means, 50 miles per hour is my unit multiplier. In other words, miles per hour. But what they're asking you to do, and let me slide the book up so we're looking at the same thing here a little bit. We're going to write 55 miles per hour as a ratio of 55 to 1. All right, that's what they did here. So they wrote it out, 55 miles per 1 hour. Then if you notice, and I'm going to kind of do this again, even though it's right here, it's obvious I see that. The ratio they give is in 1 hour. This is how they're using the word problem. Then I'm going to do some of the actual work with the practice problems with you. Actually, I'm going to wait until the practice problem do it, because then we'll pick one that we can possibly work through together. All right, you notice what they did. They got the unit multiplier. Then they wrote out over 1 hour because per indicates division. We write 6 as a ratio over 1. 6 hours over 1. We have no label for it because we're making it a fraction just like we're dealing with a ratio fraction. So then the unit hour, we're not looking for hours. We're looking how many miles. That's why they cross out. Hour and hour. You gotta get a different pen. Time out. So we have hour and hour. Both are crossed out. All right, now all that's left is basic multiplication. 55 times 6, which equals 330. I bring my label over for miles. 330 over 1, which actually equals, in my answer column, 330 miles. Not hard. But the unit, again, stresses, the whole point of the units stresses what you're using for a label. Miles to hours, hours, that is what they're referring to in the units. Okay, let's kind of look at the next example. Let me turn the page. And then we'll kind of do some of the practice ones together a little bit. All right, let me slide it up. And over. And over. All right, there it is. Okay, this is the one on the next page. We have multiply 5 feet times 12 inches per foot. All right, again, 5 feet. So we started out, they're starting off with 5 feet. They set it to 1 because we're dealing with a fraction, because your unit multiplier in this case is 12 inches. And what I would say, this is what we did before, 12 inches equals 1 foot. 1 foot equals 12 inches. Those are called unit multipliers. I can write them either way. But I gotta see, this is what I said earlier to you, in other words, how I can cross cancel out my units that I wanted, that I'm not interested in finding. So we want to go 5 times 12 inches per foot. So that means I'm going to put the 1 foot down here. I'm using this one because I'm trying to find inches. So I cross out feet, cross out feet. Now I'm ready to do my math. 5 times 12 equals 60. Label, my unit label, my unit that I'm trying to find is inches. So my final answer is 60 inches. So again, my unit multiplier is reference to what it is. 12 inches equals 1 foot. Like I said here, or the alternative, 1 foot equals 12 inches. It depends on what I'm trying to find. All right, let's go down to the practice problems here a little bit. And you may want to do those on your own a little bit and then check with how I do a few of them. I'm going to do probably a couple, 3 of them. And again, if you get it, then go ahead and get started on that. I'm not worried about you seeing the whole thing if you understand the concept. I don't want to get in your way. But again, please make sure that you understand the concept. Again, if you don't, you should be calling me. All right. All right, so here we go. Go into the first one on the practice problems. It says, too high. It says cancel numbers and units when possible before multiplying. So they set these up, and it's just not very difficult. What they're asking you to do is to cross cancel out the units. So hours is gone. Do my multiplying. 3 times 8, $24. That's because I'm trying to find dollars. What am I looking for here? Looks like I'm looking for baskets because I have shots and shots. So I'm going to cross out my shots and shots. I have 6 times 100, which is 600 baskets. Okay, next one, C. What am I trying to find here? Well, I have kilowatts and kilowatts, so that means I'm crossing out my kilowatts. 10 times 26.3. And I got to do some math on that one. I'm going to cheat and look at the answer book real quick because I don't have my calculator or anything in front of me. So that one is 263 cents. Okay. D. You have the, and let me slide it up. D, 29 students, 18 over to 1 per teacher. We have 18 teachers. What we got to do? We got to cross out teachers because we're trying to find out how many total students. And so we take a look, 29 times 18, which is 522 students. And again, I'm hoping you get the pattern of that. So anyway, E and F you can go ahead and do on your own. Now you can, you see the pattern that they're setting up with every one of them. All right, now, again, if you have questions on these, let me help you. I will gladly do so. But the unit, again, remember, the word unit refers to your label. Unit multipliers means what it takes. For example, the one I had up here, 1 foot equals 12 inches. Just like here, 29 students equals 1 teacher. That's a unit multiplier. 10 cents equals 1 kilowatt. Okay? And the kWh, I'm not sure what kWh is, but anyway. But 6 baskets, we have 10 shots. We have a unit multiplier of 100 shots per 1. Okay, so let's go ahead and walk through that. Have a good day. We'll talk to you later.